Well, thank you for joining us at the Dallas Entrepreneur Center. My name is Lauren Finnegan. I'm one of your city coordinators along with Christy Torres. Welcome. We're here every Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. We have a very, very special day ahead of us, starting with our program, and then a big party tonight, the relaunch party for the deck, 6:30. So we hope everybody can come and enjoy that with us tonight. No networking or business, it's just having fun and partying. So hopefully you can make it to that. Just a little bit of background information on 1 Million Cups, educational program produced by the Kauffman Foundation to engage, connect, educate local entrepreneurs while helping build startups on a grassroots level. We'll have 3 presenters today, or 4, excuse me, 4, that's even better. Normally we have 2 or 3, so 4 today. Everybody's going to have 6 minutes to pitch, and then about 5 minutes for Q&A. And then Christy is going to come up stage in just a second to introduce our special guest this morning. But we'd like to make a big thank you to Crew 2 for always providing our delicious treats. So thank you, Crew 2. And then Shade Tree Coffee Roasters for always keeping us caffeinated. So a big welcome to them. Thank you so much. All right, well, Christy, come help us kick it off, and we'll get started.
Woohoo! All right, you guys, we've got a really special program for you. Like Lauren mentioned, we've got 4 presenters presenting today, and they are joining us from UTD's IIE Student Accelerator Program. So, a round of applause for the students. Woo! Today is going to be their final pitch competition, so we will be deciding on a winner today by round of applause. So after all 4 presenters have presented their presentations, they're going to come on stage, and we're going to have you guys, by round of applause, choose one winner. We're ready to go. So here at the deck, we do have a tradition of standing up for each presenter. You know, getting on stage can be a little bit nerve-wracking, so can everyone please stand up and please welcome Travabond.
Hi everyone, my name is Jean and I'm a co-founder of Travabond. We are passionate about friendships and travel and exist to empower women to travel and bond together more often.
Alright, 1 second.
Perfect. Travel and friendships, we're excited about it. Awesome, perfect. So the reason we're doing this is because the state of the travel web is overwhelming. If any of you in the audience have ever planned a trip, you understand the difficulties and the frustrations that come with the endless resources. We have all these resources that are at our fingertips, except for and tons of awesome content, but it's hard to make sense of for the average traveler, which is why we want to personalize and make this fun for women to plan their travels. So why women, specifically? Women make 80% of the travel decisions. Over half of them are going on women-only trips, and their average travel spending is $125 billion a year. Actually, the fastest growing segment, demographic segment, are retired women who have the time to go on these trips. But what we're focusing on is a close second, which are women in their late 20s and 30s who have the passion, the drive, and the financial ability to go on these trips and venture out into the world. And these are women that we can relate to. And frankly, we want to have them for life on different types of women trips all throughout their lives. They're essentially our... Sorry. A second. No. Yeah. Sorry about that. Right now, we're working with women in that segment. So we're planning trips for women to Maui. We have an adventure trip to Mexico, as well as a fun weekend trip for a bachelorette party in Austin. So right now we're working on, this is our beta solution, this is our MVP website, where we're pretty much, we're that best friend when it comes to planning, managing, and communicating your entire trip from start to finish. So we're executing manually on what our vision that we want to build in the future. So this is kind of the process flow that we're hoping to automate. So right now we're manually going through their social media feeds, getting to know who they are as a person, their travel vibes, their travel experiences and histories. And then as well as they travel out, they fill out this travel profile, so we get to know a little bit more about the trip they're planning, the group, and the interests of the group. And then we have the providers on the other side, who are the hotels, the flights, etc., who will come in and form this trip package that will eventually be a fancy, highly intelligent algorithm that spits out very personalized and tailored information for them to go on this trip. This is our path to revenue. Our business model is simple at this moment. On the manual side, what we're executing on right now, we just take a 10% of the total cost, so commission on the trip that we book and plan. On the other end, we have referral fees and affiliate commissions that come from the providers I mentioned, the flights, the hotels, and then the specific activities that we're tailoring to into their travel plans. So by doing this, by offering these personalized things, we hope to have better customer retention as well as a higher click-through rate. And we're planning to evangelize and incentivize our early adopters to refer this. This is the type of thing that women gossip about. So here's a snapshot of our competition. Of course, there's tons of competition. The industry is moving very fast in travel. But our more immediate competitors are those women's travel websites like She's Wonderful up here on the user-friendly side. They are they're building a community of women travelers for a safe network, because safety is salient to women. And so they have these pre-packaged trips on specific dates, but it's more for solo travelers trying to find other companions to travel with. And then we have these really horribly outdated travel websites that are basically storefronts for travel agencies, which is what we're trying to move away from with the automation. And then you have UTrip on the strong personalization side, who are extremely good at what they do, but it's more for the solo traveler. The solo traveler trying to go in and plan their trip, rather than taking in the budget, the interest, and the calendars of many people in order to spit out what they can all do together on a trip to make it most effective. And this is where we aspire to be in the future with our automated platform, is in the top right corner. This is what the market currently offers. They have all this data about the traveler, but they don't know the traveler, and they don't personalize it to them. As you can see, you have these random offerings and filters that go through this, but they don't know your prior travel history and where they can pave the way for the future to go by offering new things. So this is a look at our journey. We founded our company this year, and we had a successful crowdfunding campaign, launched our MVP, and we're working on our pilot trips ongoing to get feedback, know what's really important to women, the type of really cool features that they want to see, with a plan for a semi-automated beta launch in 2017, with a fully automated version in 2018. So this is the energy behind Travabond. We are 4 women from 4 different continents, coming from native tongues. So we're 4 women by women, and we understand a little bit more how women want, what women want. We have complementary skill sets, but of course there are gaps we need to fill, which our advisors help with that. They're both travelers and entrepreneurs themselves. We have Krish on this side, who started his own honeymoon travel company, as well as worked on Women on Wanderlust, an Indian travel women company. And then Olga, who's helping us on our software component with front-end software development. But there's some things we need, of course. We don't have the technical component of a full developer. Of course, we would love lots of pilot users or any women who have been on trips and would like to give us feedback on what they'd like to see, as well as a travel industry advisor. So thank you, and we'd love to hear all your feedback.
We're going to open it up for questions. Esther will bring you the microphone. Please raise your hand high.
She always has a question. I love it. It's always a really good one, too. Yes, please, come on. Yeah, bring it on. Let's see if we can answer.
How are you? Is it
Hi. She always gives great feedback on the cups, so.
You're famous.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now I'm blushing.
My question is, so it sounds very much like a reincarnation of a travel agent, right? So with that, taking that personalized experience and automating it, how are you going to maintain the personalized experience while also automating and staying away from the travel agent experience that people have moved far away from?
Right, right. There's a big discussion about travel agents and how much they can help. We don't want to be a travel agent. What we're doing with our platform is we're trying to, when women go in, they can fill out their prior travel history, right? So then we can tailor new destinations that they want to go to by taking this information, external information that we gain from the internet. We also have the internal information that they fill out on our personalized platform. And of course, there's some that we're going to have to manually do it first, RoboCop version. But what we hope to do is get these women to go on annual trips, right? So we know where they're going, what they're doing, and incorporating some really cool features where they can keep up with their budgets or whatever, so that they can share their trip eventually with other women that want to go on the same trip. So it's kind of things like that that I think is not a travel agent. It's just a fun platform that you can go into and kind of do what you want to do with it. So it's something that you can go to, you open up your app, look at things, and have all these different features and the information that you want to include in there.
I have a question. Are you only doing bookings through hotels, or have you thought about doing like Airbnb and HomeAway and some of the vacation rentals in the marketplace? Are you only strictly hotels?
Oh no, of course we want, that's part of the highly personalized, right? If you want to have this really incredible, glorious villa that you can, bring down the price and the budget with your group of ladies, say eight or more. We also, of course, we want Airbnb. So it'll just be having those as affiliate partners in order to get those revenues. Yeah.
Hi there. Next question.
Hi.
One of the hardest things about planning group trips, I think, is coordinating schedule. Is that something you guys are planning on tackling?
Yes, of course. So what we hope to do, right, what we want to do is coordinate the schedule. So there'll be a calendar integration feature where they can go in and then essentially have two dates, because otherwise you're going to go back and forth, right? So there's 2 dates that we're offering, and then we're going to go in and say, what's the best time to travel for your group? And then essentially it's a network, they can ping their friends and see, hi, I'm planning this trip, would you like to go on it? Are you available? And then like I say, take the dates from that and then offer the two best.
So what can the community do for you?
I'm sorry.
What can the community do for you?
What does the company do for me?
Yes, what can we do for you?
Oh, the community do for us. Like I said, we like feedback. We like to interview people, take you for coffee or lunch, get to know you and see what you like. We also would love a travel industry expert, an advisor. We need one of those as well. If you know anyone or if you can refer us to anyone. Right, so any feedback you can give us, we would absolutely love it. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Travabond.
All right, if you guys could just bear with us 1 second, we're going to switch presentations and check the clicker. Presenter up. So can everyone please stand up and give a big round of applause for Converse VR.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashton Kennedy. I'm the co-founder of Converse VR. We're developing immersive 360 video and virtual reality experiences for education. So over the past few over the past year, I've been researching a lot about VR and what impact it can have on many different industries. One that stood out in particular was education. In my research, I found a recent study done by PISA that ranks the U.S. 27th out of 34 countries in the subject of math. And we were particularly weak when it came to geometry and to applying mathematical equations to real-life scenarios. Then I stumbled upon a Gallup poll that found that surveyed students were almost half of them were not emotionally engaged in their education. So with this lack of engagement and this weakness in being able to apply their knowledge to the real world, I felt like virtual reality might be able to cover those weaknesses and with its immersion and its ability to provide really emotionally engaging simulations. And even though, so this technology is really new. And even though 85% of teachers think that it will positively affect their students, only a third think it will be implemented in the next 5 years into their schools. So that's where Converse VR comes in. So we're building immersive virtual reality games and experiences for high school level students in order to improve their skills and be able to get them engaged in through experiential learning. So our first game we'll be developing covers geometry and math to really hit home on that big weakness that we have. So I would like to introduce you to Fred. He's a flightless Kiwi bird. His whole dream in life is to be able to fly. So with the help of students, by solving complex geometry problems, they'll help him get him flying and keep him flying on his journey and avoiding any pitfalls along the way. They'll be able to take those calculations that they've done, put them in the game on VR, and then be able to fly along with Fred on his journey. That way they can engage with his story and be able to really apply the concepts that they're actually learning. This is just one of many subjects that virtual reality can have an impact on in the educational space. So our end users, obviously high school students. This game has to be challenging, engaging to them, and really grab their attention and inspire them to compete with one another. But our target channels are publishers and directly to schools. So we want this game to comply with current curriculums and be able to go along with education, really complement publishers' current offerings to schools. And they have a huge network to sell to. And to really get people engaged in wanting this kind of technology in the schools, we want to also sell to private and public high schools and be able to help integrate the technology into the schools, providing the service of building out the hardware that they need, and as well as bringing the content. We're just in the early stages of developing the game. Very early stage. We just founded the company back in March. We crowdfunded for seed funding successfully in April. And then in May, we were selected for the Oculus Launchpad program in order to get more help developing the product. We want to have a short initial demo completed in the next couple months, and then a full MVP by the end of the year so that we can start approaching publishers and schools with the game during their main marketing and bidding season in the spring, and hopefully selling in the summer and being able to take those relationships and start developing the next round of games and content. There's a lot of new startups entering the scene in the virtual reality space, specifically also in education. So these are just a handful that we've identified that are already out there that you can use. So the first one is Unimmersive. They're trying to be the Unimmersive VR on the Oculus store, but they only have a few things out right now that you can try. Next is Z-Space. They have gotten a lot of press in recent years for their 3D AR screens that they're very expensive, and schools have to build a full lab with it. And then they're in partnership with Beyond Reality, which has a comprehensive VR and AR platform of content that's available on any platform. But with this being such a new industry and a new area to impact, there's a lot of room for new content that's really specifically targeted to particular students and particular subjects. So that leads me to our team. My name is Ashton, as I said before, and I am an MBA student at UT Dallas with a background in marketing and video production. My co-founder is Vina Somaretti. She's a PhD student in virtual reality medical training here at UT Dallas and has a background in developing virtual reality applications. And then I recently brought on Rihanna Kohler. She is a PhD student and professor at UCLA in American History, and she's a background in educational publishing. But we have some gaps when it comes to developers. We'd love to get another developer on board who's interested in developing games for virtual reality space, especially in education. So, without further ado, if you're interested in working with us or learning more about virtual reality or our company, feel free to contact us, and thank you for your time.
Esther will come around with the microphone. Please raise your hand high.
So if a student is in virtual reality by themselves, do you think that kind of like isolates them and takes away from like the class kind of atmosphere of other students interacting with them? Or will there be ways for them to kind of communicate with each other?
Yes, so the way I would like to build this first game, at least, is the students outside of the game work together to solve a multi-step, complex geometry problem. Then are each able to input it into their headset and then fly along with the character on a story. So that way they're engaging each other, but getting that immersion and application of what they've actually done together as a group. So that you got a little of both. But yes, there is definitely a concern with making a whole class in virtual reality and not having that connection, which is I think a gap that a lot of social VR is gonna solve in the next the coming year actually.
Oh, yes. Thank you for your presentation. It was really good. I wanted to ask you, with the distribution of these VR headsets, and let's say that you're selling them in like, packs of dozens or hundreds to different schools, my question is, what might you do to combat this only being something for private schools and more heavily funded schools in like more wealthier, affluent areas, and rather than, let's say, less funded schools being left out of an opportunity like this for an education?
So the great thing about this emerging area is that there's a whole range of how much headsets cost. And almost everyone here has a smartphone, a really current smartphone that can actually run a lot of current VR apps that are on Google VR or Google Cardboard and so on. So you could buy the Samsung phones with the headset and the Gear VR headset, which would cost you about $800. But you can just buy a $5 to $10 cardboard headset. Even some of the nice plastic ones are only $10, and be able to run the program of the game on that, and it really not cost the school too much for the hardware. So there's a range of pricing that can happen.
I spend a lot of time in the schools, and they just, for instance, spend like $20 million on Apple computers. And to combat what he was saying in terms of their lack of involvement with each other, it was like sitting in a zombie festival. That being said, what made you choose to target high school versus middle school? Especially when I believe it'd be easier to get kids to care more about math and other problems early on versus when I got to high school. I mean, there are certain things that matter, and then you're like, let's get involved in some math, and that's not happening. So, I'm just curious why high school versus middle and elementary.
I'm starting with high school because currently the technology is only rated for 13 and up. So entering the middle school market is a possibility, but I'm not quite sure how receptive they will be to younger ages in the developments right now. They haven't stepped up. Yeah, I mean, and they may be interested in it, and this may be better suited for an 8th grade level of class. But I definitely want to try it out with kids that have the dexterity to already understand how their phones work and how to use a headset with selection and so forth. First, and then broaden. I definitely see this going up to higher education, down to middle school level. We'll see.
One last question.
This is just more of a suggestion going off of what he had said, but I would see if you could actually get corporate sponsorships to cover the cost for some of the more, schools that are in kind of the inner city and need more help, because even the hardware costs, I don't think that they'll be able to afford that. I've worked in education technology, so I know that a lot of the corporations would actually be interested in funding the schools and covering the cost of that and working with you guys through that.
Definitely, thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah, so what can the community do for you?
So definitely, if anyone's interested in developing games, I'm just a newbie on Unity and animation, and I would love help there. And if you guys are in the educational publishing space or have some experience with that, I would love to pick your brain and get better understanding of the marketplace. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Converse VR.
All right, great. And before we welcome our next presenter, just a quick reminder that we are active on social media. So please follow us on Twitter, 1MillionCupsDAO, and use the hashtag 1MCDAO. We welcome feedback, comments, just retweet us, stay engaged. We're also posting right now, so we'd love to have the community join in on the conversation. We also have the handles for all of our presenters right up here on the board. And then please like us on Facebook. We have our newsletter and our YouTube channel to where you can subscribe. We love to have that. On Monday, we send out the newsletter with the video from the previous week. So today's video will be ready on Monday. So we'd love to have you subscribe to that. And then out by the elevator, we have a big board for all of your events. So we encourage you to add whatever you have going on in the community. Please share it with us and with the rest. So yeah, we're really, really thankful that you're here today, and we're about to welcome our next presenter. So give a big round of applause. Stand up for ChoreMonstr.
Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Crystal Moore, and I'm the founder and CEO of ChoreMonstr Incorporated. Some of you may heard me present about this company before. If not, it'll be something new. And if you have, I'll give you some updates on the progress we've made today. So ChoreMonstr is the only online bidding platform that provides any personal service that you may need. We created ChoreMonstr in order to solve a problem that I've noticed it seems like everybody has. We're always running out of time. We're always stuck at work, and after work there's obligations at home, and on top of that, tasks pile up one on top of another. Chores, menial things that you need to get done. For example, let's say one day you wake up in the morning, you go outside to turn on your sprinkler, and all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore. Do you really want to call a plumber for something that simple, or do you just want to call somebody who knows how to fix sprinklers, who's going to charge you a lot less? The goal of ChoreMonstr is to be able to provide a service like that at a lower rate. Something simple. For example, you need an oil change, but you're stuck at work and the companies are going to be closed by the time you get out. Well, you can hire somebody from ChoreMonstr to come pick up your car and take it to get the oil change for you. I was wondering just how many people really have this problem being too busy, because I know that I do and everybody I've talked to does. So I got on Google Market surveys and I surveyed a large number of people and found out that 60% of Americans have this problem, and they would be very happy to seek outside help as long as they knew it came from a reliable source. So this is our solution. ChoreMonstr offers help for all of you people that are too busy. Our online bidding platform provides a space where people can auction off any services that they're skilled to offer. However, in order to join the Monster team and be able to auction off your services, you have to be vetted and meet strict criteria. We require a background check. We also require a driving record check if you're going to be running errands that involves your car or somebody else's car. In addition, we require you to provide 3 personal references that can attest to your ability to perform the skill, your integrity, and your character. We talk to each one of those references personally, and if the person meets all that criteria, then they are in a one-on-one interview with one of our C-level executives to confirm that they are a good fit for our company. This is a little preview of our platform here. We designed it in order to be very simple, so you can turn it on and get started using it right away. There's also a small tutorial that the Monster can take you on if you're not sure how to use it. But basically, you get the welcome screen. You can log in using Facebook, Google+, or make your own login ID for ChoreMonstr. You pick the category of the task that you're looking for. We have 11 categories that we currently offer service in, and 1 you name it category where you can ask for any service that you want done. After you pick the service, you'll get the next screen where you can describe your task in detail. And if you want, you can select a maximum bid price that you're willing to accept. Finally, you choose the date and the range of time in which you want the task done, as well as the amount of time you want to leave the bidding period open for. So the longer you leave the bidding period open, the better prices you're going to get from better qualified candidates. Because after each chore is done, you as the user get a chance to rate the person who did your chore. You get to rate them out of 5 stars, and we require all of our members to maintain a minimum of a 3.5 star average rating. You can also leave comments. So, ChoreMonstr makes money in a very simple way. The user pays through ChoreMonstr directly for the service done using PayPal, Apple Pay, or Stripes. We keep a 15% transaction fee that we add on top of the asking price that the job doer wants to get paid. Now, they're responsible for including any costs for materials, travel. We don't cover those expenses. They have to include it on their own. With the 15% that we keep, we use 3% to pay our merchant fees, and the remaining is our gross margin. This is just some milestones that we've had, some important things. We recently pitched at the co-launch competition and were selected as semi-finalists. Our website has been launched, and we're now accepting applications to join the Monster team. There's a little about me. If you care to know more, you're welcome to ask in the questions. And if you'd like to become a Monster, you can apply today at our website, ChoreMonstr.bid, or on our Facebook page. Thank you. And
One more round of applause for ChoreMonstr.
So I was just wondering, and sorry if I missed it, how does this service differ from something like TaskRabbit?
Yes, TaskRabbit only offers 6 categories now. They've streamlined it down, and they offer hourly. You have to pay the person hourly. You don't know how long they're going to take to do a service, so you don't know the price in advance. Since ours is a flat fee, whatever bid you choose, you know in advance exactly what you're going to pay. I've heard a lot of stories of people getting taken advantage of on TaskRabbit, that people take extra time to do a task more than necessary so that they can get paid more money, and this prevents that from happening.
I was just curious about how you're going to find your workers, like all the your plumbers and all of your service technicians and oil changers. Like, how are you going to find them to come work for your company?
I'm advertising right now on our Facebook page that we're looking for people to sign up. And right now I'm having flyers and door hangers made so that I can take them to the local complexes around Dallas. We're starting in the Oaklawn and Uptown area. So we plan to advertise there, as well as putting flyers on cars and parking lots, and then just social media and word of mouth.
Right here. I'm just curious how you're insuring.
We don't offer any insurance on these services. You have to first sign the contract that says that we don't take responsibility for anything that occurs. There is a complaint line that you can call to report people, but we don't offer insurance.
I like the fact that you're doing background checks and vetting these people. That's something that a lot of companies miss. But you said that at the end, if they clear all the background checks, then they all have to come do an interview with a C-level executive. And I'm curious how you're going to scale that beyond just a few people. If you have a lot of people sign up, how do you get all of those people to meet with C-level executives?
Well, in the future, if things go really well and we get that many people, then we'll have to start hiring on additional staff members that specifically are trained to interview people. At this time, there's not a huge influx of people applying, so right now we're able to handle it ourselves.
Yes. Thank you for your presentation. I was wondering what a possible limit might be towards what your services range to, as in on the side of contracting, because it could, I'm not sure if it's just more household stuff, let's say plumbing could be a contractor, pipe work could be a contractor, but let's say if you're doing a whole roof replacement or hail damage on vehicles, I'm just wondering where the line is possibly drawn for your business on what you're accepting as people doing work.
So what we're accepting are just basic tasks and chores. So kind of things that anybody would have the skills to do, not really professional services. But if you're well skilled in doing something that you learned and you can show that, then you can provide that service.
Back here, regarding the team, I just saw your picture. So, are you getting help, or how is that? How are the different functions like marketing, etc.? Are you looking for people, or a board advisor, or how does that look in building out your team?
Right now, it is just myself and about 10 volunteers that have been helping me. They're just volunteers though, so we are going to hire more people to run the company as we get bigger.
I'm sorry, that's all we can take. You can always meet with her, after this. One more round of applause.
Thank you.
All right, good. We just have one more presenter left, and then we'll open it up to the voting rounds. So everyone, please stand up one more time. We have a big round of applause for Weiser. Thank you so much.
Testing. Hello everyone, my name is Emiola Banwell.
And I'm Shnip Kulkarni.
And we are Weiser. We help retailers We help physical retailers deliver personalized experiences to users' smartphones and offer analytics and insights previously only available to online retailers.
One of the big problems that retailers have had is that they've always had to make decisions regarding staffing, inventory, and store layout. Online retailers have a big natural advantage in this area compared to physical retailers, because online retailers track every one of their shoppers' moves to improve their store's experience and their look and feel of their store. Compared to that, in-store shopping experiences are much more static compared to online retailers who can provide really personalized shopping experiences to all of their shoppers. Big retailers like Amazon and even Netflix, they really they put a lot of effort into tracking each one of their customers and all their behavior in order to provide the most personalized and dynamic experience they can. And with all this data, they're really able to make a really personalized and great shopping experience for all of their shoppers. So the goal of our company, Weiser, is this. So what if a physical brick and mortar retailer could provide the same dynamic, intelligent shopping experience that online retailers can right now? So imagine this scenario, right? So you're walking through a Whole Foods, and so as you're looking at some foods, let's say the grocery aisle, Whole Foods can, using our technology, beam recipes straight to your smartphone that incorporate what you're looking at right now. Once you click on the recipe, it can also lead you around the store and have you gather all the ingredients that you would possibly need. Let's say that you're also sitting inside the in-store restaurant that's inside of Whole Foods. Once you're inside that restaurant, you should be able to see on your smartphone a picture for all of the menu items that they have. If you want, you can click a notification that shows that there's a happy hour that's happening inside that restaurant later on. And our app can know that you'll be interested in that happy hour because it knows that you've shown interest in these kinds of events before, as well as the fact that some of your friends have recommended this as a really good happy hour to go to.
This shopping experience is already possible today using something called low-cost Bluetooth beacons. Bluetooth beacons work by broadcasting a unique ID that smartphones can detect and deliver personalized experiences as well as gather shopping data. Retailers like Macy's and Target have already begun to experiment with this technology. And Macy's alone has deployed 4,000 beacons across their stores and has already seen a 4% increase in sales. So this technology works. The unfortunate thing about it is that this technology, for retailers to take advantage of it, they have to develop new expertise, new technology, retrain their staff, and also assume new risks. And this is a big barrier for such promising technology. So in response, Weiser has a three-part offering to help them manage this technology. First of all, we work with electrical contractors to order, configure, install, and manage the beacon fleets on their behalf. Then next, we have an online dashboard to help marketers both view the data that's being generated from customers in their store, as well as tailor the experience that they offer right from a single dashboard. Lastly, in the unique position of being able to manage this technology on behalf of multiple retailers, we're able to offer each of our clients cross-retailer trends and analysis that online retailers have had forever. Amazon, all the other e-commerce websites all share their data amongst each other for advertising and other purposes, so why not do it for retail? We have a very powerful multi-part offering. We wanted to make our business model very simple and also low risk for retailers. So everything leading up to implementing and getting the beacon fleet up and running is completely free, and then we charge $20 per beacon per month on the back end. The retail industry, with 94% of shopping still being done in physical stores, the retail industry is huge. But our initial target market is medium to large upscale retailers. In this $250 billion sector, there's already been $4 billion in attributed sales to attributed to these beacon-powered experiences. The perfect example of an ideal customer for Weiser is a store like Whole Foods. They have high engagement with young people in their 400+ stores, and are looking to better promote, better offer promotions, lay out their stores, and tailor their store layouts. And to help them out with this, Weiser could deploy 30 beacons in just 50 of their stores in a limited or pilot release. And from this deal alone, with 1,500 beacons deployed, Weiser could generate $30,000 a month in monthly revenue. So we've got a business model here that allows us to be the biggest facilitator of beacon-powered experiences in the retail sphere without owning any stores, without manufacturing any hardware.
So earlier this year, we actually received a grant from Google to experiment with beacon-powered contextual mobile experiences. And with that grant, we designed a UT Dallas app. And the UT Dallas app, we actually just received administrative approval to launch the UT Dallas app at UTD with its 27,000 strong student population. And so we're going to launch that, and we're going to use that to prove that customers are willing to engage with beacon-powered experiences. Our team encompasses me, Amiola, and Weiser, who couldn't be here. But we're all engineers, so we all have the expertise to build this app. And we also have leadership experience with student organizations. And so we're also working with a great group of friends, such as Otto back there, and we're working to build the UT Dallas app, and we're going to leverage our great engineering team to build other apps for other retailers as well. Thank you.
I don't have a question, I just had quick feedback. Your slide deck was really great. You guys did a great job designing it, and so I just wanted to compliment you on the presentation.
Yes. How many beacons would it take for a Whole Foods compared to the campus at UT Dallas?
Yeah, so a Whole Foods would take about 30. And for UT Dallas, I think we estimated around 200 or 300 beacons. So at $20 each, that's a couple $1,000. That's like $6,000, which isn't too bad for the type of experience that we're offering. So I guess what we envision with this UT Dallas app is that this coming fall, students will be able to walk around and they'll be able to engage with organizations and events and student resources that they didn't know about, in much the same way that they walk around capturing Pokemon today.
Hey guys, are you over here? Are you guys getting your beacons from someplace else, or are you making them yourself, making your own custom beacons?
We're not making our own beacons. There's different manufacturers that use different standards created by Facebook, Google, and Apple. And we're in a unique position where we're a hardware business that makes no hardware of our own. Especially with hardware, inventory, any of that. We just order them and then ship them directly to the store.
Hey, great job, Amy, and forget your name. Sorry. Can you talk more about the second step after you install the beaker? How will people on the phones, like, will they have to install an app and turn permissions on? Like, how will they automatically get notifications on their phone after the beacons?
Yeah, so we're going to have something called an SDK, a software development kit. So it's basically like the Facebook SDK or the Maps SDK, where you just hook up with it, and in just a couple lines of code, you can use our platform. And so we won't build, like, for example, the Target app or the Whole Foods app. They just use our SDK, and then we charge for the beacons. And we're making the SDK as easy to use as possible, and then we just deliver those experiences through the SDK.
Essentially what we're able to do is just surface the right content based off of where you are in the store, what your context is. And basically we can work with the apps that retailers already have. I don't know if you know about this, but Target has an app with like millions of downloads and has a really high rating. So we have a lot of different retailers, including Whole Foods and some of the other upscale retailers that we can work with.
Hey, how are you? So this is augmenting current experiences that the retailers or schools or anything else like that have. You're just making it easier to serve content to people, or are you also helping to advise or create content that helps engage in those areas?
So, you're asking, the question is, are we creating new content?
No, so I guess you were talking through it and I was still trying to fully grasp. So you are installing the technology and maintaining it through, maintaining it with your monthly rate and then using APKs to access AppWise. But is that, I don't know where
So
my
I think what you're asking is like, are we going to actually make the experiences that these retailers are looking for, right? And sure.
Go off with that. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. So I think in terms of scalability, I think no. So retailers have already shown an interest in making these apps. So like most large retailers already have apps, and these apps have like millions of downloads. So it wouldn't be that hard for them to just add our SDK. We're going to make it as easy as possible for them to do it. But at least for the beginning, for our first couple of customers, yeah, we'll totally make those experiences for them, just as a great proof of concept to exactly what type of goal that we're looking for.
May I make a suggestion? So if you're building out the UTD app, and that's your proof of concept that people are actually willing to engage with the beacons, is there any reason that you then take that immediately to retailers instead of going to other institutions to raise some money for yourselves?
That is a really good question, and we've thought about that. But the difference is selling to big retailers, which have lots of money, and cash-strapped universities, which isn't the most lucrative market. So.
They've got tons of our taxpayer dollars. They've got way more money than any retailer in the entire world.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to help universities as well. I mean, so the technology is extensible enough that like, the more I think about this, the more I think this can be used basically anywhere. Like, we were standing here in Dallas, and we were standing at a dart stop. If we just had a beacon at the dart stop, you'd be able to see all the buses that are coming to your location because it knows where you are based on the beacon that you're near. So yeah, I think the technology is really extensible, and it can go towards universities, retail, all of that. But we mostly targeted retail for the market, for the large size of the market, the large money-making opportunity, basically. And then we can use those funds to then deliver great experiences to like universities, cities, etc.
All right, one more round of applause for Weiser. If all of our presenters could please come and stand on stage, we're about to vote on the winner. Sorry about that. Would you mind standing next to your partner, please? There we are. All right, audience, you're going to be the deciding vote. So, one round of applause for ChoreMonstr. Round of applause for Travabond. Round of applause for Converse VR. Round of applause for Weiser. Okay, it seems Weiser is the winner. Woo!
But yeah, we just wanted, everyone did a great job, so we want to thank you for being up here, everyone for supporting each other. Thank you. So this is a great day for everybody, so thank you.
Thanks for coming, have a good day.
Have a good day.